Coach Gibson, welcome. I know you're fresh out of the locker room. You just got done addressing the team after a hard-fought win. You guys won in dramatic fashion. Based on the score, it doesn't seem like it was competitive or close at all. Can we get some early thoughts on the game that you guys just finished? And we'll start there.
It was a good game. Excuse me. I'm sorry, Stephen. Thank you for having me.
First no problem. Yeah, absolutely.
The game. To be honest, in the first part of the game, it was pretty close. We let Saquon Barkley, I believe, in first play run for a 78-yard touchdown.
Uh-huh.
And off of that touchdown, we heard from some of your people that Coach Lawson was.
Wait, some of my people. What do you mean? Please be clear. We want to make sure
some people in media. Some people.
You have
some people
in the media.
My organization.
Okay.
I have some people in the media.
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely. Hey, go ahead, Coach. We'll let you finish.
We heard that Coach Lawson was talking some mess to your people in the media.
We actually want to let you know ahead of time that we just want to let you know that we've gotten approval that we've been able to switch networks from local television to now we are cable sponsored ready. So now we can do explicit languages and things like that. So you can go ahead and be as frank as you need to be as describing any situation that you need to describe.
Okay. As I said, we heard Coach Lawson was talking shit to the media about that first touchdown, and that fired us up. That was the straw that broke the camel's back. It was,
I'm sure it was. I'm sure it pissed you right off. I mean, he thought he had a victory in his lap.
Exactly. Off of the first play of the game. He thought, He thought, to be honest, he thought it was sweet.
He thought the game was over. Yeah. And you're right. You're right. There were reports coming from the camp of the organization. I mean, he sent out tweets. He sent out direct messages via Instagram. He was very vocal about how he felt, being in control of that game. So yeah, go ahead. I was going to say, so that touchdown.
We had to show him that what the former champs could still play. Even though we made blunders in trading our best player, we can still play.
I think you've made a list of blunders, but yeah, one of them would be trading your best player. Absolutely right. Yeah, to be honest, Coach Gibson, I would say hats off to you and your organization. You guys came together at a time when a lot of coaches still don't give you any respect. And I think with this victory here, you have allowed yourself to at least claim some respect over Coach Lawson. At this point, he can't really say too much about it being a one-time thing. You guys have battles. You guys have battles. Battles that, albeit he may be up 3-2 on you at this point, but at this point it might be even. But you guys have battle. So of all the coaches that are hesitant to give you respect, I think that you've done enough here that Coach Lawson might be willing to come around that corner. What are you to say if Coach Lawson comes out and says that he can still tell that you have been pulling out what are known as YouTube glitch plays? Is that something that's still part of your regimen? Do you want to address that at all as far as what he may come out to say is the reason for the loss of this game? Or, is this something where he would be right to say, hey, you wanted to do what you had to do to get a victory?
Well, at this point, everyone should know they are not glitch plays. Glitch plays would mean that you can't stop them. You can stop plays that I do. You just have to figure out how to.
I'm sorry, Coach. Guess I'm going to have to disagree with you.
There's always a balance.
There's a ton of glitch plays that can be stopped, but they're still glitch plays. The pure reality of it is with a glitch play, it's going to work more often than not. Now, obviously, if you go to the wishing well too often, then it's definitely not going to work. But the success rate of the play isn't the determining factor of it being a glitch play or not. I mean, it's well known in the Madden industry that these plays exist.
Absolutely. Absolutely they exist. I'm just saying I don't use them. Again,
well, hold on now. Here at RNN, and let me go ahead and explain. This is the Real Nigga News Network, okay? And what we do on this channel is we keep it 100% real. So there's just not any room for the falsities. As you can see, we've had Coach Francis on here. He's been known to blurt out outlandish, untrue statements, and we just don't tolerate it. So
all the guarantees.
Yeah. So with all due respect, Coach, we're just gonna ask you to please keep it a buck 50 even. It is. We're not here to judge you, but again, we're here to lay out the facts. And the facts of the matter is, we have literal insider information that your scouting agency and your offensive coordinator, I would just say somewhere along those lines, where they came out and they told us that you definitely were using glitch plays. So, but again, we're not here to point fingers. We're definitely not here to do that. We're just here to kind of lay the groundwork for Coach Lawson and any excuse that he may want to try to come up with. I mean, that's why the question simply was, Coach Gibson, is this a situation where Coach Lawson got out-coached and got outplayed? Or was it a situation where, your plays, they worked when they needed to work? Whether they were a glitch play or not, they worked when they needed to work. What really led to your victory here? Is because my question is basically behind the fact that we're going to talk to Coach Lawson, and so we're just trying to prepare ourselves as a network to hear your side of it first. So we can just kind of get some understanding of where this rivalry stands, where you as an organization even stands. So what was it? Was it good? Was it, like I said, did you outcoach him? Did a couple balls luckily bounce your way, or was it something where it's like, hey, I've got these plays, I've got these plays, and you're gonna have to stop me to beat me,
One word: execution.
Okay.
We executed.
I was gonna say, because I'm gonna need a bit more than just that one word at this point. But go ahead. Yeah. Execution.
We executed how we needed to. We played terrific on defense.
Okay.
Offense wasn't as good as defense, but our defense carried us.
Gotcha.
Defense wins games.
Yeah.
We are a very defensive-minded team.
Uh-huh.
We take pride in our defense, and I would say we executed really well on defense.
Excellent. So really,
offense was not as perfect as I would like it to be, but it did its job.
Yeah, and that's all you can ask for from your team. It's rare that both sides of the ball come up and show out on the same day. And that's why it's a team sport. So yeah, that's okay. That's what I wanted to know. I was just kind of curious to again to try to figure out what to anticipate really from Coach Lawson. Um, I'm sure that he's
Well,
having a come to Jesus talk with his players right now because he is faced with not making the playoffs yet again. I mean, to be honest, the coach has maybe made the playoffs one in maybe 9 or 10 years, and I don't even know
well,
if that one time is a true thing. But yeah, I'm sure he's having a come to Jesus talk, and I'm sure we're going to be able to get him on the line at some point to kind of get some questions answered. He's going through a bit of a rough patch here. He saw his season pretty much go down the drain over the past 3 games, and they're all to user matchups. So we can't wait to get word from him. But that's neither here nor there. We have you right now, Coach Gibson. We have you, and you
well.
have, I believe, you have a matchup coming up with the Raiders this year.
Oh
I,
yes, yes,
I
we're
think
very excited for that. Like we said in on the last show, we're very excited about that matchup against
the Raiders.
Coach Borden. Coach Borden is you could say one of the best coaches in this league right now,
Mm-hmm.
and we love competition. And
Uh-huh.
if you think of the word competition, you would see Coach Borden's picture right next to it.
Uh-huh. There you go. Yeah, I would agree with you. I would agree with you. I would agree with you.
Um, on one thing on Coach Lawson and then this last thing,
Yeah.
he is going to come out with the antics and the saltine crackers
Well,
into his interview.
yeah, well, I don't know, and that's one thing we don't do is here we don't assume. So I don't know again, but I do know this is that he has suffered 3 heartbreaking losses back to back to back. So at this point, the reason why I wouldn't expect Coach Lawson on in the media today is because he's got to right the ship with his players right now. I mean, these guys have got to win out, and they need some help. They need some help in order to be into the playoffs. So, the worst part you ever want to find yourself in is not having control of your fate. And that's where the Chiefs find themselves. Unfortunately, they have a matchup coming up again with their rivals, the Raiders again, and Coach Borden. They put it to them, not long ago. So it's not looking real good for them to come out of that game victorious. They've got to go to the Raiders Stadium and also pull that victory out. The Raiders have a brand new $350 billion stadium that's built. And so those fans are not going to let the Chiefs come in there and just mess up their party this year. I can assure you that. But my point is, Coach Lawson is not going to speak to media until he's done with his team. He's probably got to answer to upper management at this point as well, because they hired the guy to take a team that was actually second place, but in the playoffs and second place in the division, only to the Raiders, who are in AFC championships every year. So really, minus the Raiders, the Chiefs are a good team, and they brought in Coach Lawson probably because they got him at a discounted rate. And he really didn't have to do much to the roster to make it a winning team. Well, what we see here is that he's having some issues. He's having some issues. We're 6 weeks in and he's got 1 win. That's not what the upper management signed up for. And so I can only assume that after he goes through the woodshed of getting smashed around by his bosses, and after he gets done addressing his team to make sure that they still want to strap up the cleats and and play their hearts out for the rest of the year. After that, then we may see a sighting of Coach Lawson in the media. But I do know after taking 3 straight losses to coaches that I'm sure he felt that going into the games that he could have beat, and he just didn't do it. He just didn't do it, unfortunately. So we won't hold our breaths waiting for Coach Lawson. We will wish him the best of success. I hope he's out there listening to this interview right now. We are here for you. We pray for you. Here at RNNN, we are always here and ready for you to give us your side of this situation, Coach. And again, we do hope that you are able to right the ship and get things together there in Kansas City. So, with that being said, Coach Gibson, congratulations on your victory. Um,
Thank you, Stephen.
yep, absolutely. We look forward to many other interviews and whatnot throughout the remainder of the year. And yeah. Other than that, we're all good. Is there anything else you want to say to the fans of Detroit and to the rest of the league or anything like that before we go?
No, I don't make any promises, anything. I just go ahead one game at a time.
Uh-huh.
Right now, I believe our next game is against. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my against the Broncos.
Oh.
So right now, we're just worried about the Broncos.
Right. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that, Coach. Well, again, Coach, thank you for your time. We wish you the best of luck, and we'll talk to you soon.
Talk to you soon, Stephen. Thank you.
Thank you. Absolutely.